So my friends, here we are at Brunner. Now this was not only the site of the worst coal mining disaster in New Zealand's history, but it's also the site where New Zealand started manufacturing Brunner bricks that we actually exported to the rest of the world from here in the late 1800s. Can you believe that? Well, come for a walk guys and I'll show you the old brickworks. Same as usual guys, if you like my videos, remember to subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, come say good day in the comments below, and let's go and find our next adventure. Now this is the old Brunner Bridge, my friends. It's been in various designs over the years. I've actually driven across this bridge, believe it or not. Not when it was this wide, of course. This used to be an actual proper bridge, but over the years they've narrowed it down, down and down and down. So now we've just got a walkway. And of course, if you don't know anything about Brunner, we are South Island of New Zealand, and this is the mighty Grey River. Now if you can see those roofs through there, that's a little town called Taylorville. That used to be a huge settlement when the mine was running here before the disaster in 1896. And the river might look quite calm and gentle guys, but trust me, it isn't. There's a story of suspected murder that goes with this river. Check my other videos for a link to that video. So my friends, along the bank of the Grey River here, the coal mine shaft used to be down there on the river's edge, and up on here was the actual Brunner brick manufacturing site. Now you can still see the Brunner bricks around the area here. A lot of the local fireplaces are still using Brunner bricks today. So if we look here at 1904 guys, see the stack over here, see we've got a goods shed here, we've got the Terminus Hotel here, we've got the bridge here, we've got the Tyneside Mine overhead shaft here, and we've got the Brunner railway station right there, and we've got the Brunner, the boss's house, the mine manager's house right here. So this is where we are here, and if we look straight across, what can we see? We could still see the chimney. All the other buildings have gone and the bush is regenerated up on the side of that hill there. But you imagine going back 100 years, what it was like. It's amazing. Now these are the remains of the brickworks guys. You see we've got an old boiler over there, and these are the original bricks. They actually made their own bricks, and then they made the brickworks out of the bricks that they made. That's pretty cool, eh? The brickworks. As you can see, got remains of bricks scattered everywhere around here guys. This used to be one of the West Coast's main exports, was Brunner bricks. Absolutely unbelievable, eh? So here are some of the old coke ovens guys. See that there? You've still got the bricks on the floor there. It's what they used to cook all the bricks in. Still here after all these years. Pretty cool. Piles of old bricks everywhere. Now you wouldn't think there'd be much money in bricks, would you? But like I said, it's one of the coast's main exports of the time. Absolutely incredible. Look at the old ovens. A lot of child labour of course, as there was in the time. See that in there guys? Just brick, it's all made out of brick. And this is the bricks they were making guys. See they've actually put roofs over the top now just to try and preserve it for another few hundred years, but time's taking its toll on it guys. Bits of old iron still lying around the place from the old, that looks like the ladder from up the mine shaft. Bit of old railway iron there. Check this out guys, check this out. We are here, look at this. Imagine that, would you? Look at that for an industrial site. You've got the brickworks here, and then you've got the mine down here, the coal mine. Wow-wee. And these are beehive coke ovens. And the technology was transplanted to the Brunner mine site from a northern English design. It was very commonly used in the Durham coalfields and was a favourite for coke production. It was really high tech at the time guys, it was really high tech at the time. Right here we're standing beside the coke bagging platform, if you can imagine that. Imagine in the 1890s, and there's a rail gantry running above each bank of 12 coke ovens. So there'd be a rail gantry running up the top there guys, and the top rail there is linked to the coal screening bins right by the entrance there, by the bridge entrance, and it ran on the rails, and it was small tubs that ran the coke all the way up here, 7 or 8 tub loads at a time, about 5 tonne, and it dropped it through the oven's charging holes. So you imagine these big huge ovens here, then up the top there's a hole right in the top there, the coke comes along the top there and drops straight down to keep the fires burning. So they burnt the coal to convert it to coke. Now in the stretch here, it was a job of 8 men. Now these 12 coke ovens you can see here guys, it took 12 men to run them. 10 hours a day, hard physical slog, and they got paid 10 shillings a day. And the quality of the coke that they manufactured from the coal fell entirely on the foreman's shoulders, and he got an extra whole 2 shillings a day for all that responsibility. And if the coke quality fell, by God did he get it in the neck guys. No such thing as trade unions back then. So here we have large pieces of coke, and here we have all the bags ready to be shipped out. That's awesome, eh? 1885, 1886 this photograph. Wow. Here's some coke yard workers, 1908. Here we are, the same site again, guys, 1905. Hard to believe that they made so much coke out of these kilns, isn't it? With the bricks they also made here, which is even pretty cool. Coke is made from coal and it's used to extract metals from ore. It's a necessary ingredient in the operation of like a blast furnaces, you know, when you make steel and that sort of thing. Coke gets the steel temperature really hot, hotter than what normal coal will. So what they do is like they half burn it first, and to get it half burnt they use these big ovens here. Here's a quote from a Greymouth iron foundry. It will be anything I've seen in a furnace. It's the best in the southern hemisphere. So that it really had a good name, the coke that was produced around here. The quality coke is around 90% pure carbon, which helps to ensure it produces an immediate intense heat. Coke is made by heating coal to high temperatures inside a kiln or oven to remove the water and volatile gaseous matter. How coke's made is that you heat up the coal to a really high temperature inside a kiln or oven, and it removes the water and the gases. And the quality is around 90% pure carbon. Wow. Now that's pretty damn good technology for the early 1900s. Well, I think so anyway. In the 1870s, they used to ship out the coke from here, barge it down the Grey River, get it to the Greymouth port, and then ship it to Melbourne. And they used to use it in foundries over there. That's how good the quality of the coke was. Look, my friends, we've got all sorts of old machinery just left to rot here in the grass. It's a shame, really. Some sort of mechanical dredge. Bricks galore, guys. Bricks galore. They've got huge concrete slabs, and there's a steam boiler right there. And if we look along the other side, another concrete slab there, we've got another big steam boiler. So they did all sorts of things in Brunner here. You can see the Brunner bricks in the wall here, the original Brunner bricks. So not only was there a coal mine here, there was coking kilns as well that I've just showed you, and they also made bricks to make the kilns out of. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? So that's the hive of activity in a little place. So take a look at this, guys. That's the ruins of a huge brickworks complex. Nearly 40 years people worked here making bricks. Quite unbelievable, isn't it? From the late 1800s, early 1900s, and these bricks were exported all over the place. They were Brunner bricks, and they actually stamped them with the name Brunner on them to show the quality of the brick. So imagine, guys, the actual coal mine was right in front there. Basically on the river's edge was the entrance, and from 1874 until 1906 a high-grade quality fire clay was mined from underneath the main coal stream in Brunner. Isn't that incredible? And then they'd bring the fire clay out from underground and they'd stack it behind us here to weather for up to 2 years before they even started making bricks out of it. Then after a couple of years, the clay rock, they call it, because it had turned into bloody rock by now, was shoveled into a large cast iron pan, like that one down there. Can you see the remains of that down there, guys? And then it was crushed by two heavy rollers, sort of squashing it in between. So you imagine this was a two-story building here, with all the workings inside it. And all that, guys, was driven by a big steam engine. Now, if you look over here, we've got two huge concrete pad things here. Now, they've been there for 150 years. Now, they had the steam engine was bolted to the top of them. So you imagine it's hive of activities. They've still got one of the old boilers down below there. And after it ground up all the clay, it went through a couple of sieves at the bottom, and then it went and dropped into molds underneath that again. Now, if we look across there, that was where they made the coke out of the coal. Now, the heat from that plant there was transferred to the drying shed for the brick, which was somewhere over there. And then they'd stack all the bricks in the drying shed and let them dry for 2 or 3 days. And then they were all picked up again and they were taken to the kilns to be fired. And it would take 4 or 5 days to get them hard enough that they would qualify to be a Brunner brick. And then the young lads would throw all the processed clay into copper lined molds, and they'd produce about 2,000 bricks a day. Is that incredible or is that incredible? That would have been hard work for those young fellas, I can tell you that for nothing. Now, they used to throw thousands of these bricks away because they just weren't up to standard. They used to like hit them with a hammer and they had to make a certain ringtone, and if the ringtone wasn't right, they hadn't been fired right, or they'd been fired too long or too short, so therefore they would just scrap. Hence was the quality of the Brunner brick. And after they passed all these stringent tests, then they were stacked on barges and they were transported down the Grey River down here, all the way down there to Greymouth, about 10 kilometres. Some of them were even exported to Australia, but a lot of them were used around New Zealand because they had such a great name for a building brick. Hence, they were that good, they put the Brunner name on every brick. Now, up until 1869, you couldn't get a decent, reliable building brick in New Zealand, so they used to import them all from Melbourne. from 1869, 1870, that's when this brickwork started making the Brunner bricks, and all of a sudden, all the imported bricks started to die out because these bricks were far superior than anything they could get from Melbourne. And 4 or 5 years later, they were exporting them here across to Australia, to Melbourne, and even further afield. So here I am, guys, standing on the 2 remaining huge concrete steam engine stands overlooking the Grey River, telling you everything you didn't want to know about coke ovens and Brunner bricks. Anyway, guys, same as usual, if you like my videos, remember to subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, come say good day in the comments below. We can have a bit of a yarn. If there's somewhere you want me to go in New Zealand, just let me know. I'll try and get there for you. Once again, thanks to those guys who supported me with buying me a coffee. If you want to do the same thing, there's a link in the description, and I'll whack another couple of videos up there for you about New Zealand to have a look at as well. Anyway, guys, till next time, see you later. Bye.